the end, and other people have already started voting. So it's one of the disadvantages of early voting.
So I'm supposed to have a problem with okay.
There's my leg.
Oh yeah. Little potassium sugar.
Well, I see I can't take vitamins right now.
Oh, that's gonna make standing outside very hard.
But I can't have any vitamins with iron in them, so I'm pretty much done on that. Haven't had vitamins since about Tuesday.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But I don't really have a choice. The iron will mess stuff up where they can't see what they need to see.
Yeah.
I don't have the way to dissect the iron part out of it. So tomorrow will be probably lots of fun with it.
Yeah.
Maximum amount of potassium loss probably.
Oh yeah.
Then again, Monday morning the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
Probably. And then we.
I couldn't do that. I'd be massive cramping all the time.
It's kind of what we think. No. That was an attention getter, only there for a moment. So.
I notice if I skip a potassium pill a day, I notice late at night. I'm like, yeah. It starts with the toe cramps.
Yep.
And then it progresses into other cramps. And then if you don't catch it, it can progress into the Charlie horses that really suck. Man, I don't even want to think about it. Or you get like the ones my mom has where they're multiple like Charlie horses.
Like waves.
Oh, you don't even want to move your leg because even the little teeniest of movement will cause the damn thing to rapidly hurt again. Like,
yep. There it is again.
Heat pad and sit on that for a while today, I think.
It might help some.
My back is having some fun. Muscles are.
When I'm convinced it's my hips, and when the doctor says it's not, it's your back, I'm like.
Yeah, actually, it probably is your back.
Well, it could be.
Oh, I kind of had the sciatica things going down the leg. It's like, you know,
seems like it goes
out of. From me, I was thinking it was my hip. And pain traveling down my leg.
Yep.
And then I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, that's coming out of your back.
Which is why my hips feel like they're worse than they are.
Yes.
Usually it feels like my back gets tight.
Yes.
My hips get grumpy.
Yeah.
And if I don't pay attention, it starts going down
to the knee.
And then
if it's worse than that, it'd go down your ankle.
Mine won't.
Oh no,
mine doesn't. But then what it does is it
doesn't, but it can.
But it normally doesn't. It wraps around my entire leg. My whole leg's on fire.
That's better though than it going down to your ankle, because if it goes down to your ankle, you're
a heck of a time.
Yeah, that too. That's full blown sciatica.
What I get is if you continue, you've got like a wave of fire that wraps around.
Well, that might be something different.
It's a different spot, right?
That might be a different thing that's happening.
Okay, thank you.
You have a nice day.
That's going. If it's like wrapping around, that might be something else.
Yeah. Well, you said there's another couple spots that are not. Yeah. A bunch of things that are.
If it's going from your back to your hip to your leg then your knee, that's like a version of sciatica.
Yep.
But it's not full blown, because full blown is down to your ankles, and you don't want that.
Well, you don't want it wrapping around your leg.
Well, that's something else. That's probably something else.
But that's what will happen.
Nothing that I read it online or anything I've heard from anybody says it wraps around your knee. No, I've never heard that.
No, it wraps around the whole leg.
Yeah, that's something else.
From the hip to the knee is on fire.
Yeah, that's something.
On all sides.
That's something else.
Not just down the nerve.
The sciatica only goes down the sciatic nerve.
Remember, I got peripheral myopathy. My nerves are slowly
that's
having their own day.
Yeah.
When I had trouble with my right foot.
That might be branching off to other nerves, maybe.
Make it mad enough, see what it does. You know. I know that if I have got to that situation, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
That's why I stop doing stuff before I get there, unless I absolutely have to do it. But there was times where I couldn't move my left leg at all. When I used the rifle as a cane to get back to the truck. Then I had to have somebody else help put me in and help put my leg in. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't, I couldn't get my leg.
It's an attention getter when my leg decides to do its little cramp from that same area of the nerve that I had the sciatica run down.
Yep.
Which I always thought it ran down there's sciatica, and everything I read is like supposed to run down your backside of your leg.
Not in my case, so it's
it ran down the front side of my leg.
Mine runs mine runs right down the line here.
Yeah,
always on the left side, and always on the right side on this side.
Well, I've never had it go down the right side, thankfully, but
when I was in Vegas trying to do that,
I had
both my legs were on fire.
I had to go down the left side part top of my leg. It was like, yeah, not a fun thing.
But he said is that when they gave me the shot last time, they set it on the left side and it migrates over to the right. That way both sides get a hit of the steroid. He said that might have been and that might have been why it got happier. But he said there's other places they may have to go in there with a Dremel tool and take out extra parts of the bone.
Like bone spurs?
Yeah, got heel spurs too. That's when I was working at Menards. I wasn't going to work there very long because my heels weren't going to tolerate it. It's a good thing I stayed at Delta as long as, well, when I was working at Menards, I didn't know if I was going to have a job. So that was kind of important at that point. See what happens. This one hasn't been so bad lately, but I stop before it gets to. It's always the back and then the hips, and then it starts to go down the left leg.
Well, I was watching this on the physical therapy people online, and they were talking about how if your alignment's off, like if your hips are like, if one hip is slightly higher than the other, it can throw your entire balance off and stuff.
My balance stinks.
And they were talking about how you could, I can't remember exactly how it was, but it says if you walk with one of your arms up versus the other one for like a minute or something, it can retrain your body to adjust itself. But he says if that doesn't work, then you really have to go to a chiropractor or something to realign you to where you're level. And he says, yeah, it can be a process depending who you go to.
Well, they told me I lean to the right because the pain's on the right.
Well,
by leaning to the right, it compensates for the pain on the right.
It could be.
It messes everything else up.
But why did you have the pain in the first place?
Because it's messed up.
Yeah, because you're out of alignment to start with.
More than that. I can see it on the MRI. The alignment could be part of it, but the major part is that part of the spine is not in good shape.
Yeah, I was thinking about going back to the chiropractor person now that we're not.
Maybe some merit to that.
And just seeing what they could do.
Yeah, well, that at the courthouse and have him send it off to the DAB and see if we can increase our. He said
I know. I'd be going to a lot of chiropractors if they said, oh yeah, and we only could do surgery on your back. I'd be like, I'm going to chiropractor, bro. Fuck this.
Well, it depends what they're talking about. Dean had the surgery. He said it made a big difference, but now he's got some artificial joints too, and now he says he's having trouble on his feet.
Yeah.
And Nikki, they have carved on her foot a couple of times. You should have seen her out there with her big boots trying to do honor guard.
Well, they were shot. Cornerstone Chiropractic has a newer device. It's called Soft Wave or something. Basically, it uses like ultrasonic waves to break up the inflammation, and it can be done as quick as 30 seconds.
Properly applied.
And it might be a couple sessions, but they were showing a couple of people that had inflammation and stuff in their legs, and like mine wasn't going away with meds. And they did this thing on this guy's knee, and he was coming in with a cane and could barely walk. 30-second treatment, or if there was a 30-second or minute treatment on his knee, all around his knee with this thing, and they showed him literally, and it was like literally like 30 to a minute of treatment, and he was up, no cane, walking down the hall, and he says he was so impressed. He ended up starting like going into like almost like a dancing move on his knee, and I was like, that's and even the doctor was like, well, we don't want to go that far, but it was like you could see literally how different he was.
Well, sometimes depending on the severity
and it's not just that one, because I looked at a couple of people when I saw this. I was like, I watched a couple of independent reviews of people that did it with other things, and like, so it breaks up all the scar tissue and the inflammation, and the way that this thing works is it only goes to an area. It only sends its pulse and stuff when it detects inflammation or scar tissue. So if you don't have scar tissue or inflammation in that area, you can move the wand across it, and it doesn't do anything. But once it hits an area that has inflammation and scar tissue, it starts pulsing. I'm like, that's pretty cool. So you don't get any weird electrical pulses where it doesn't need it. Yeah, how it does that, I don't know, but it's like, damn. I know exactly where you put it, right here, right here, right here, in the knee, right here. Break that crap up. I'll put it on my back, break that crap up too. He's got a big white truck. Looks like everybody is here, and then some. Yeah, surprising. We came early we normally do.
Yeah, well, here we are.
First of this Saturday. I think he's got enough antennas on his truck there.
Yep. We had a nice discussion about what's going wrong.
Yeah,
on lots of topics. So, anyhow, he has half a clue now. He has a copy of the message format and the instructions for it.
Nobody uses.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I gave him a copy of what the county expects out of us, directly out of their O plan. And then we had a nice long chat about lots of things. He sounds like they're not putting this in their exercise or into their tabletops to know that they need us and how to use us. And I said, yeah.
I don't know.
And they're not telling us what format of messages or things they're going to want or anything else. So I said, well, we'll have to try to work that. I said, yeah. And we got to work our people to know their game as good as we can. Just married. Well, congratulations. I hope it goes well for y'all. So we had like a long chat, and he was telling me just how bad everything is in the military now. Oh my God, we've gone past.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's enough to scare you big time.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Everything going on in the world right now, all the administrative idiots, and then not just the White House, just the other administrative idiots.
Yep.
You know, just the state of the world, and it's only been about a year or two since they ended everything in the foreign country. Now we're back to war again, and you know,
screwed it up top to bottom. Driving us to worry about it.
Well, it's like if they go with the way they're going now, we'll leave Ukraine at one point, and then the Russians come back in. As it's kind of happened with all the countries we've ever helped out. At a certain point, we leave, and then they just move in, and it doesn't matter how much we prop their government up or their military, they all fall.
Well, the only two that haven't are two that we're still in since World War II. Germany and Japan.
Yeah.
We're still there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because we conquered them when they were fighting us.
Yeah.
Afghanistan never actually attacked us.
No.
Neither did Iraq, really.
No.
Vietnam really didn't attack us. Not really.
No. lives over in Green Acres. But he's retired from the Air Force the second time. And he's going to wait till he turns 70 and take Social Security. His wife is working still. Got her own business, so he's just fed up with the baloney that's coming down in the new military, where everybody's got to be happy, touchy-feely instead of worrying about the job. That's driving him nuts. It would drive me nuts too. They got that same "what type of pronoun baloney are you?" You know. Make it easy for you, dumb redneck. Okay.